In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, we'd like to introduce brand new users to the welcome screen and show you what you can do from this platform. The welcome screen is divided into three sections. The first section is the top area, which contains these colorful square boxes. When you hover over them, you begin to see some of the things you can do in PowerDirector. When I hover over this one here, it says Get Inspired. Now when you click on that, it takes you to a website where you can see an example of a video that's been developed in CyberLink PowerDirector. Most of what you see is stuff you cannot do very quickly and very easily, but only as you begin to master the program. So several of the boxes will be in the Get Inspired category, which is really a bit of a marketing tool to show you the capabilities of the program. Now if you click on the arrow to the left, you see that there are more that you can click on that may or may not say Get Inspired, and this cycles through at the top until you get back to where you started. So we have several Get Inspireds which basically show you the capabilities of the program. The other one you have is Get Started. Now these also have a box, but in this case it says View Tutorial. So each of these are tutorials about the program. And so if you hover over them, it will take you to another screen which will give you a CyberLink version of a tutorial about the program. One of the complaints I have about their tutorials is though they are very well done in some ways, they tend to fly through the material. Again, I think more from a marketing perspective than a training perspective, and that's why we here try to fill that gap by giving you tutorials where you can go one step at a time and figure things out. But if you want some very quick, very fast, very well done tutorials, that's what you see here. And there's a list of them on the CyberLink website. But I think they go a little fast for new people to learn well the dimensions of the program. We have one other screen here, which is PowerDirector app, and you can follow them with the app, or there's another functional one that says Subscribe Now. So those are some of the other options that tie you into the resources available at CyberLink. So most of this top bar I put into the box of marketing. I think most users will maybe click on it from time to time, but it's not where you're going to do your bread and butter kind of work. The other option is starting your own video, and that's what the middle bar is for. That gives you an aspect ratio. The most common aspect ratio for YouTube and other places is the 16:9 horizontal, and that's what you see here. That's the default setting. You can do a 1:1 aspect ratio video if you're going to make a square movie for Facebook or a few other applications. Or if your raw materials coming from a smartphone held in the vertical position, you'll want it to be 9:16. You can also go back a little bit retro and do a 4:3. There are some very good things you can do with that ratio, but most people prefer 16:9 these days. And if you have the right kind of raw material, you can do 360, but most new users will not be using that one at all. So those are the aspect ratios. So you set one, and in most cases, users will leave it at the 16:9. Then you have four other options. You have full mode, storyboard mode, slideshow creator, and auto mode. The truth is you can go to full mode, and from full mode you can pick the other modes that are on the right, storyboard, slideshow, or auto mode. That's why they offer a checkbox here that says always enter full mode. And I would encourage even new users to start out in full mode because you can get to storyboard mode with a click of a single button on your computer, and these other two are only a drop-down menu away. So I tend to click on this, and if you do that, it will always open up in full mode. You won't see this screen again. You can force it to come back if you reset your preferences, but that's a different issue. I would like to look a little bit, though, at the auto mode because it might be tempting to say, well, is this the easiest way to make a video? Just click on auto mode and it will do the work for me. The answer to that is yes and no. Let's do that, and I want to show you why. I'm clicking on auto mode, and that will open up PowerDirector. Auto mode takes you to the Magic Movie Wizard. And again, we can get there from right within PowerDirector, and I'll show you in a moment. And so basically what it does, it takes you through 4 steps. First of all, you have to take your source material. And so to do that, you click on Import Your Videos and Photos. So we click here, and I'll do Import Media, and then I go into the file system of my computer, and I can begin to select the videos or audios that I would like to use in my program. So I've picked a selection of still images I want in my program. I'm going to import more. We can repeat the process. Here I want to go to a different place in my computer, and I've selected several of the raw videos I have here. I'll click on Open, and it will simply add them into the selection I have here. And then once the videos are imported, the Next button simply says Next. We'll go there, and what that does, it allows me to pick a magic style. Let's pick this grid. We can pick any one that we find here, and then I'll click on the Next button. And then what it does, it analyzes the content and it puts it in that style. Then when it's finished, you have a starting title normally you can use. We'll just say My Test, and then an ending title. We can say Test Over, and now I have some text for my project. Then if I click Next, it'll ask if I want to produce the video, create a disk, or do some more advanced editing. Let's do Produce Video for now. Produce Video will take you to the Produce button, which is the third button from the left. And then you simply choose the kind of video you want to produce, and you choose the quality. We'll do a 720 by 1280, and then you decide a name for the file. We'll just call this our test. And then you click on the Start button, and it will produce your first video. When you're done, it will say Producing Movie is complete, and it wants you to go back to the Edit page or open the file location. Let's go back to the Edit page, and that takes us back to our main screen. And here we have all the elements that we put in, and then we have our video on a timeline. And then we have a video that we can actually play. What I like to do is play a few seconds of this and show you why this is not, I think, the preferred way to start the program. When you begin to look at the finished video, you notice that PowerDirector basically has picked the kind of music you're going to hear. It's picked all the transitions, and some of them are very impressive. But what you find is that the order that they're in and the way in which they work together is a little bit random. For me, as a video editor, I like my own creativity to direct everything that happens in the video so I can tell the story my way. What this basically does is it tries to throw things together in one sense or another, but it doesn't really give you a sense that you've edited the video or that it has any special coherence. If you want something very fast and you're not concerned about how carefully it tells your story, then maybe this automatic mode of creating videos would work. But I would guess that in the vast majority of cases, and you notice here it's repeating things over and over again because it's built for much more content than what I happen to use. And the repetition and other things, I think, are all reasons why I would prefer not to recommend this mode of starting out with PowerDirector, because it won't create the kind of quality product I think most video editors are looking for. Even for new users, what I recommend is to choose the full mode option and actually to highlight Always Enter Full Mode. We'll do that now, and then we'll click Full Mode. Now if I want to do what I just saw by using the automatic mode, I can do that by clicking on Plugins and then choosing Magic Movie Wizard. That will start the process. Now there's only one thing you have to remember when you're going to use Magic Movie Wizard. The first option is the media library. But right now my media library is empty. I have no content. So before you click on the plugins and then go to Magic Movie Wizard, you need to have your content in here. That would be your video clips, your music, other kinds of things that you will have as part of your project. And then clicking on the Magic Movie Wizard will take you to similar screens than the ones you saw a few moments ago. But if you want to get to the storyboard mode, all you have to do is press the Tab key, and that converts you to storyboard mode, and press the tab again and you're back to the regular mode. If you want to do a slideshow, all you have to do is click on Plugins and then go to the slideshow creator. That will take you to the other option you saw on the main screen. So for me, there's no reason to avoid going into the full mode of PowerDirector even as a brand new user. I think it helps you learn the program better, and I think it will also help you to be able to craft your skills as a creative video editor much better than trying the automatic option in the lower right.